Hi, my name is Rick Tomford. I'm the Business Development Manager with Pepperl+Fuchs, responsible for industrial display monitors. We're here today to talk about Pepperl+Fuchs industrial display monitors and where it is they've come from, why they're better products, and why it is they'll be the right choice for your industrial control application. Firstly, you may wonder, Pepperl+Fuchs industrial monitors, what's up with that? Well, in fact, these come to the company by virtue of product acquisition. We've acquired a small manufacturing company known for many years of making high-quality industrial displays. And as we look at the product portfolio, we'll find they excel in three particular areas. One is the breadth of the product line. We make over 200 top-level part numbers, so we probably have one that will fit your application. Secondly, these are industrial-grade industrial monitors and necessarily built from industrial raw material, designed by industrial engineers, and as such are suitable for industrial processes and have a resultant exceptionally high reliability of significance to the end user. And lastly, we have a reputation for exceptionally long product life cycles spanning over a decade. And while we add new technology over the years, we never ever change the way that a user may integrate and use the product. Firstly, let's talk about the breadth of the product. We manufacture over 200 different standard industrial monitors. And as we designate from model to model, they vary in a number of configurable attributes. The most dramatic, of course, being actual display size. We make 7 different display sizes. We make as small as 10-inch, 12-inch, 15-inch, 18-inch, 19-inch, 20-inch, and 22-inch. So from the very small to the very large industrial display, we probably have a size to fit your application. Next, we have a variety of options for the physical front surface. In the base configuration, this is a monitor only or a display only system, so you can look at your process. And necessarily it has a hard window front. It's a hardened glass actually with optical and hardness properties, same as the side window on your automobile. So you can hit it, you can throw a rock at it, you'd expect it to endure through any industrial accident. But really most of our production is touchscreen based. We use resistive touchscreen technology, which is pressure sensitive. So we physically have to apply a force to the front of the unit to enable the touchscreen action. And that force can come from a bare finger, it can come from a gloved finger, it can come from any type of a stylus, it can come from an elbow, it could come from a wrench, it can come from a number of objects. But necessarily it's pressure sensitive. Resistive touchscreen technology has always been very popular in the industrial market. It seals well to NEMA 4 standards. It doesn't take a lot of extra bezel space. It's easy to operate with a number of stylus material. And the device drivers are easy to install. Over time, it's gone from dominant to predominant in the industry at the expense of other technologies, such as capacitive, which is bare finger only, infrared, which is susceptible to ambient light, and whatnot. Resistive technology, though, is plastic over glass, so we're actually touching and compressing a surface membrane to activate the touch function. In some industrial processes, though, this can become scratched or abraded with time. And to address those niche applications, Pepperl+Fuchs has some additional upgrades. The first is something as simple as a peel-away protective sheet, like you might cover your BlackBerry with or your NASCAR windshield. Secondly, and more elegant though, is a technology called hardened resistive touchscreen. Hardened resistive touchscreen actually has a thin glass membrane bonded to the user side. So we can still flex through it and activate the touchscreen, but glass such that it's less susceptible to surface scuffs and abrasions. In all cases, though, this is resistive technology. It has the same computer interface through either a serial port or a USB port on the back of the product. So we have our 7 sizes. We have a variety of front surface options for touchscreen and non-touchscreen. The next configurable attribute we have is the actual bezel material itself. The base configuration is black-coated steel. That gives a standard NEMA 4 product. As an option or an upgrade, we offer stainless. Stainless is appropriate for more aggressive applications, and particularly the food and pharmaceutical industries. Our stainless bezels are physically the same size, although they do have a bevel edge outside and inside, a much tighter grading for GMP area applications, and also 316L stainless material. The next configurable attribute that we would have is the actual package itself. Our most common configuration is the traditional bezel mount, where the customer cuts a hole, a rectangular hole in their operator enclosure, mounts the bezel through the hole. We have a continuous gasket around the perimeter, and we use mounting clips to secure it in the industrial enclosure. Standard panel mount design. However, we also produce totally enclosed units where the back shell is more complete, and we use a 100mm style VISA mounting arm. So if the application only calls for a monitor in space, there's no need to add an additional enclosure just to house the monitor. In addition to our most standard configuration, which is a PC-driven display through a standard analog or digital visual connection, we also make an option which will take a direct input from a closed-circuit television camera through a BNC connector using the NTSC video format. So if we had an application that did not require a PC, but strictly a camera for web inspection or machine monitoring, we can add NTSC capability into the monitor itself. And lastly, area classification. All of our products are designed for heavy-duty continuous industrial use. Everything we manufacture is NEMA 4 or NEMA 4X. Everything we manufacture is UL listed, CUL listed, and of course CE marked for international use. As an option though, we have the opportunity for Class 1, Division 2, and Class 2 Division 2 area classifications. So if our application is a hazardous rated area, we have a monitor appropriate to use in those locations. And in hazardous area, Class 1 and 2, we do not require any special enclosures. We do not require a purge or pressurization system. So if we look back and we see that we have 7 different sizes, we have a number of front surface options, we have different bezel construction, different chassis configurations, different video input, and different area classifications, that's where we get to our 200 and some different part numbers. So, as before, regardless of what your application happens to be, Pepperl+Fuchs probably has a standard monitor that will fit your application properly.